Morning, Matthew. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about this family matter and under the color of law, which Marinette County Sheriff, Ashwaubenon Public Safety, Green Bay Police Department, Dickinson, they all seem to not understand under the color of law. When I say I'm coming, I am coming with a federal lawsuit one way or another. And I hope to get a class together. And to the individuals out there watching me, pay attention. Again, I am not an attorney, but I am gathering names, gathering stories, and gathering information. You can't sue the state, but what I do know is you can sue the actors, which would be the sheriff's department, the court personnel, the commissioners, the individuals involved that are acting under the color of law and violating your civil rights. Now, most of this stuff out there under the color of law doesn't really apply to family matters, but I tell you what does. And they don't have qualified immunity if they break the law or violate your civil rights. So let that be known. But deprivation of rights or violations of due process, equal protection, or freedoms of speech, which is important because I have been personally attacked over my freedom of speech in the past, but things are coming out. Things are gonna keep coming out, and the violations of due process are important, especially in family court, and especially when it comes to law enforcement and court orders, specifically 948.31, which is custodial interference. Now, again, and this is a huge one because this goes to the Sheriff's Department and Ashwaubenon Public Safety, but 948.31 alone, I had a family court order. I had placement of my son 46% of the time. We had weekends, we had summer placement, we had it all outlined. My ex-wife just stopped bringing the kid, didn't file a motion in court, didn't answer the court, didn't do nothing. All she did was contact law enforcement, make up a bunch of false allegations, and then they're just biased against me. More false allegations that she's been doing for 10 years, and the records prove what she's been doing. But when I called to enforce the final placement order under 948.31, Ashwaubenon Public Safety laughed at me, threatened to charge me with more crimes. Marinette County civil matter, wouldn't touch it. That's bullshit, because Wisconsin 948.31 is a statute in Wisconsin that deals with custodial interference and also deals with placement interference, where it is a felony under the statute for that individual to interfere with it when you had a final court order, which I did. And there was no order from any court, and this is directed directly at Ashwaubenon and Marinette County. There was no order preventing me from exercising my placement with my son. And it's bullshit, because under the color of law, they violated my civil rights. I have the right to due process, equal protection. Now, equal protection, the gender biased in this county and by law enforcement across the state is fucking bullshit. Because when it comes to guys exercising their rights, I personally, time and time again, have called about Marinette family court orders, custodial interference, and it falls on deaf ears. Or when they don't want to listen, they want to threaten to charge me with crimes. When I'm calling to file a report on crimes, there is no equal protection. And I know what happens to men and women out there, and it's bullshit. So when I say I'm coming, but I'm coming with a whole class of individuals, because there are a bunch of individuals in this county alone that have had civil rights violations under the color of law. And I am diligently looking for attorneys or somebody out there to take this. Just again, 948.31. My ex-wife Stacy should have been prosecuted with a crime, and under the statute, it's up to her to defend herself in court after something's filed. But again, law enforcement, the DAs, the family court, they were all aware. That Commissioner Evans basically laughed at me when I brought up 948.31, and he actually answered me as opposed to sitting there silent. At one point he said, "This is a family court. What do you expect me to do?" Well, how about upholding the family court order under the color of law? How about upholding Wisconsin statute? How about holding the ex-wife accountable to the statute and the family court order? It's bullshit, and it needs to stop, because there are good fathers like me in this state that have gotten frustrated and pissed off. 10 years of this crap, you're goddamn right I'm going to get pissed off. You're goddamn right I'm going to get angry. And you're goddamn right I'm going to be swearing and yelling, because after I've had civil conversations time and time again, get hung up by public officials, get hung up by the police, get told it's a civil matter, get told they don't want to get involved, guess what? Of course I'm going to get pissed off. But it's past all that. Now it's time to take action in federal court to uphold my civil rights and the civil rights of other parents out there that they just trample on a daily basis. And again, law enforcement, the sheriff, police, DAs, family court personnel, court commissioners, court judges. It's time. It's time. Because this shit gets away with time and time again. And it needs to be the focus, because kids, they deserve both parents. They especially deserve parents that are willing to go through the efforts and even make the call to get things done, to be part of their lives. And to have one parent that has gone to the lengths that she has, Stacy, and get away with breaking court orders, breaking the law time and time again, but they hold dad to a completely different standard. Guess what? Violation of my civil rights. So make it a great Wednesday.